Just as yellow, orange, and red leaves characterize the fall foliage event, a blanket of white snow distinguishes the Sumpter Valley Railroad Christmas train experience in countless social media posts and memories. Will all aboard still find the holiday spirit when the iconic snow is absent and the trackside scenery is dominated by barren gold dredge rock piles rather than the picturesque snow-covered hills and trees they expect?
Attention, please! First call reporting! Please have tickets out and available! All aboard!
We are ready to begin boarding. You may board here and walk through the car of your choosing.
Sumpter Valley Railroad is a narrow-gauge heritage railroad located 23 miles southwest of Baker City, Oregon. Its rails are on the right-of-way used by the original railway of the same name. Between May and mid-December, their vintage trains carry passengers over a roughly 6-mile route between McEwen and the historic gold mining town of Sumpter.
Here's the fancy part. Oh yeah! Look at this, we're gonna be riding in style over here.
Day trips on weekends and major holidays present opportunities for families and friends to connect, groups to bond, artists to be inspired, students and history fans to learn. The calendar also holds dates for train robbery, fall foliage, Halloween, and Christmas-themed events. Each of these activities have exclusive components to attract first-time and returning passengers.
Anybody else need to check in with me?
Sumpter Valley Railroad needs two things to succeed. Passengers are vital for the railroads and the Sumpter community's financial well-being. Some trains average 142 passengers per trip. There are 3 to 4 trips per day.
Correct answer, the most I've had is 206.
Sumpter Valley Railroad personnel, most of whom are volunteers, make this possible with funds raised from passenger ticket sales and donations. Passengers each year also provide a significant source of income for Sumpter area businesses and tourist sites.
Without volunteers, Sumpter Valley Railroad does not function. There's not a piece of it that is not done by volunteers, even the toilets. And to say that one piece is more important than the other's not, because it takes the full team or the full families to make it happen.
Comments such as,
"So much more could be done,"
have been voiced and posted. Truly, there could be more lights, more decorations. They are always looking for more volunteers to make this happen. Weather poses significant challenges for winter passengers and volunteers. Fear of the winter road conditions is a real thing. In recent years, the freeway was closed and Idaho patrons could not get to the exit. There was a motor vehicle wreck blocking the local highway, and delayed volunteers posed schedule concerns. Frigid conditions also require volunteers to spend extra effort, days and nights, removing snow at the depots, cleaning railway switches, clearing tracks, and fixing weather-related equipment and facility problems to ensure passenger safety and working equipment. Just as yellow, orange, and red leaves characterize the fall foliage event, a blanket of white snow distinguishes the Christmas train experience in countless social media posts and memories. The normal temperature on the Saturday evening Sumpter parade train is -7 degrees. One year, it dipped to -10. In 2025, it was 33 degrees, above zero. Consequently, the iconic snow was absent at both railroad depot elevations during the mid-December runs. The track scenery was dominated by barren gold dredge rock piles rather than the picturesque snow-covered hills and trees the passengers expect. The volunteers and passengers had favorable road conditions for the 2025 Christmas train. Although it wasn't a white Christmas, it was much safer than most years, and the volunteer workforce was able to meet the challenges to provide safe and reliable journeys. 986 tickets were sold during the three-day event and provided revenue to the railroad and local economy. Happy families and friends were the primary demographic to fill the depot lobbies and train seats. The weather was exceptionally comfortable, so most passengers enjoyed sitting in the open-air cars rather than the coaches with wood-burning stoves. Many of the coach passengers also enjoyed the weather by traveling with their windows open. The lack of snow was a common topic discussed among passengers as they patiently waited while their loved ones visited Santa, who is famous for the individual time he spends with each child, young and old. His kind and gentle spirit mitigated for the powdery deficit.
I love candy canes, and they love me. But the problem is when I leave them in the laundry, when I leave them in my suit, guess what happens? They turn me pink. So you got to make sure when you give your laundry up to your mom that you empty your pockets. Otherwise, you're liable to have your clothes turn pink.
As the train slowly wound its way through miles of snowless gold dredge rock piles and pine trees, passengers thought about how unique and special the Sumpter Valley Railroad is. They had discovered a hidden treasure they could take with them in their pictures and memories. Furthermore, passengers who were not strong believers in the holiday spirit were converted along the way after contemplating their visit with Santa. Although the volunteer crews were not paid in dollars for their generous contributions to the unquestionable success, they received overwhelming amounts of smiles, thank yous, and the satisfaction of knowing they made all of this happen. Families and friends filled the majority of Christmas train seats. Their laughter and holiday songs dampened all of the engine and track sounds, except the horn. Smiles were the most common holiday attire worn by all.
Fantastic.
And memories were cultivated that will last lifetimes. Volunteers were reinvigorated by the smiles and miles. Local commerce welcomed and appreciated the temporary surges of passengers to their establishments, highlighting family and friend connections.
Where did you come in from? From what? She's at the door.
Recruiting and nurturing volunteers.
Keep your passengers happy, keep them informed, keep them safe.
And forming local alliances.
Our next event is the Merchants Award.
Will pay dividends for all participants, regardless of the future snow conditions at the Sumpter Valley Railroad.
Baby, this year it's just gonna be you and me. Hanging by the fire chill. This is how it's supposed to be. Making our Christmas memories. Yeah, I've been longing to hold you close. Forget about everyone else. Isn't this how it's supposed to be? Making our Christmas memories.